It's purple.
Well, I was going to say my hair looks like it should be a ball of yarn in the cabinet behind us because of how it is, how my bun is today.
And it's purple.
And it's purple.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. If
Yes.
you're new, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you coming.
Yeah, however you got here.
And hanging out with us.
Yes.
And if you're returning,
God bless your heart. Yes. We really appreciate it.
Really do.
And we like your comments. We've been having a few more people talk to us, which is really nice. You also know that usually I'm clueless, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. It really often has to wait until we're back together again, so that my cohort in crime here...
the question never usually works
Right.
all that well.
We understand each other better when we can see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though we're pretty good over the phone and through
better.
text, but
We're better.
we are better in person.
Yes.
So
Yes.
1 minute life update. Grandpappy is doing okay.
Yes, because when he was in the hospital, they managed to hydrate him and give him as many calories as they could. So,
Not as dire as we were
right,
thinking.
because he's been recharged.
Yes.
But now that he's back in his nursing home, he's still back in the same conditions that he was in when he first became dehydrated and decaloried, etc. So, and he has signed the form that he does not want tube feedings. He does not want IVs for hydration. So what they've done is they've gotten somebody to try to feed him and try to get him to drink, but because he's forgotten,
his muscles have forgotten
how to swallow.
Which is a thing that happens with Parkinson's and dementia because
Yes.
essentially your nerves just stop firing.
Right.
And so those nerves have stopped firing.
He can get a little bit down, but not a whole lot. So the pneumonia's gone, which is good. And it's a matter of waiting until he dehydrates again, because I have a feeling it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Since it was a chronic dehydration problem that got him into the hospital.
But
for the moment, he's doing better. So thank you all for your good wishes.
Exactly. Wanted to thank you all for vibes and prayers. If you do that thing, I say this at work because you never know who's
who does what?
Faith, who's faith driven in that aspect. Some people are just a good thoughts and such people.
Yes.
So I about a few months ago, I'm pretty sure I said to someone, if you do the prayer thing, and they were like,
what?
If you do the prayer thing. And I was like, well, some people intentionally just meditate on, topics. Some people send good thoughts. Some people pray.
Yes.
And they were like, that is, I think, the most overarching way of saying all of that I've heard. And I was like, yeah,
well, we try to be inclusive. And I spoke to our minister today, and I said, I'm not really sure what to pray for, because the condition that he's in is really not great. And he said, well, ask for God to lift him up. And, basically lift him up to the Lord, and he's in God's hands, which is where he's been all along. And he says, so, when I'm in that situation, that's what I do. And I went, thank you. That is helpful.
Yes.
So we'll take that and work on that.
Yes.
So anyway, yes, that is our update.
Update.
It looks like I'll be able to go to Minneapolis this next weekend.
And we're hoping Rhinebeck is still okay, but we don't know. But we'll keep you all updated.
Bit by bit.
Taking it 1 week at a time.
That's right.
So just wanted to give you that update. Other updates. My coworker is coming back on our team on Monday.
The one with the back problem.
Yes. So I will have a full team. As long as my senior PM isn't out with a sinus infection, I will have a full team on Monday. Guys.
Very excited.
It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months. I don't think people understand when we have a small team as it is, and then we're down people, at least one person, every day for 2 months. I actually cried happy tears when I heard...
Did you?
Like, they were unintentional. apparently I started tearing, and I was like, because I'm so excited. So that is a happy thing that is coming up, and because I know I did rant a bit during the midpoint of this whole adventure at work. So that should be interesting.
They are coming back, which is exciting. We're glad that they feel better.
Yes.
Really, more to the point.
Yes. And
my knee is doing better. I've been doing physical therapy, so I only feel slightly fat, so that's good. And now that the man has come to clean the furnace, which is what he does every year, we can get the stuff that was piled on top of the exercycle off, because I'm supposed to do about 10-15 minutes a day on the exercycle. So we can get that off, which will be good. Yes, so things is moving along.
Yay!
Yes.
So what have you finished this week, Mom?
I have finished 3 little cozies. Only they're not cozies. These are...
I mean, but they are.
But they are. These are learning socks.
They are. Look at them. See? Look at it. Look at it. It's like... I'm dying.
Okay, but see, on the other side is where you would put an afterthought heel. So all of the people that are...
the wet one.
Well, yeah, because I put it down one of these things and it got a little sticky, so now it's wet. So this is where we will... And instead of having everybody make 2 of these, which takes time, and I don't see how that we could finish it in the 2 or 3 hours that we've got, I'm making all of these for every participant. And what we'll do is we'll then be able to take out that excess waste yarn, and you put these stitches on your needles, and then we will do an afterthought heel. I'm going to have the round heel, which is a free pattern in Ravelry. So we'll be doing that set of numbers. So everybody's going to have these, and then everybody will be making one like this, except with a short row heel. So this is 3 down, and I'm not sure how many to go. I think it's 16
I
at
thought we had
Rhinebeck.
15 at Rhinebeck.
I'm going to make enough for 16, just in case.
Good idea.
And then we'll call Net and find out how many she has there. So, but I've got 3 done. Got another one on the needles. So that's moving along. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing I finished, which is you can kind of see here, is I finished the back to my dress. So let's get the right side showing. You got them.
Yep.
So it actually gives me positive ease.
Which, this is superwash,
nice.
right?
I believe so.
Maybe if you run it through the washer and dryer, it might slightly felt up a little bit. Like if you wear it a bunch of times, so it gives you enough wear of it.
Exactly. I love sweater dresses in the wintertime.
With a nice, like, colored or, like, metallic belt.
That would be great. I've got that stretch red belt.
I know.
So I'm very pleased, and it goes down to my knee.
It does.
And it is moving along. So that's half my newt done. And in fact, I'm going to take pictures after we podcast and post my 50% mark on my newt. Yes! Very excited about that. And so that's what I finished. I've actually finished something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Want to know what I finished this week?
I do want to hear what you finished. What did you finish?
I finished.
I also broke needles.
Back.
Another set of ones.
You're hell on wheels.
I am.
So I finished the back of my Aumangea.
Lovely.
And I am approximately, probably about 50, 60 decrease rows away from finishing the front.
Ooh.
So I'm going to finish these tonight and throw them in the washer, and then I will seam them up as per the pattern once I throw them in the washer and dryer to block them, because they're super wash. They're made out of Yowza by Babs. So,
right.
So funny story, I totally thought that these were going to take way more yarn than it apparently is, because this is my main color skein. I haven't changed skeins yet.
Ooh.
This is how much I still have left.
Good Lord.
And I have all I have left in the main color to do is sleeves. It says that I should use 650 yards, which is about 100 yards more than one skein of Yowza.
Never-ending ball of yarn. Yes.
I know. So
Yes.
I'm like, what do I do with the rest of this? Because I have a whole nother ball of this color. Out of 400 and something yards. I have if I use a whole, or if I have a whole skein left, I could use it as a main color, or part of a main color, or part of a color in either the Guthrie or the Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter.
You could.
I could. Yes. I've been bit by the Caitlin Hunter bug.
Yes. But
we're trying not to cast on all of the things. You'll see how well that is going in a little bit. So let me actually just finish this row before I lose the last, 10 stitches of this row. So I also have been working on my Tegna. I've been getting about 3 to 4 rows a day done during lunch.
Wow.
When I've been able to go and sit for lunch.
Outside?
Not really outside this week because it's been so gloomy, rainy. I've sat in the cafe at work a few times, and I actually sat at the Last Resort once because we had a training. But I have a little skirt.
Oh, I love it.
So I'm at, I think, row 34 out of 48 or 47, something like that. So you can see in this beautiful natural light we have going on from the window over there how deep and multidimensional this color is. And I'm working it on the Diacraft Heavy Metal purple needles. And I have my Not Safe for Work stitch marker. And I am just loving this.
It's gorgeous.
It is phenomenal. So I'm really excited to get this Aumangea done, because I think I'll be up to sleeves by midweek. So you seam it up, and then you knit the collar pieces, and seam it up, because it's kind of a saddle shoulder-ish situation then, because it builds your shoulder.
Okay.
And then you pick up and do a short row sleeve, top down. So I'm thinking I can get through most of that this week.
Wow.
Or up to that point this week. So I'm excited. Yeah, I also, because this is DK worsted, whatever, I am, and it's been chilly except for yesterday and today. I'm going like gangbusters because I just want
to have
all the sweaters. I just want all the sweaters. Even if they're not sweaters, I want warmer, even the short sleeve tops. I wore my Miranda this week. It was very exciting because I wasn't dying on the walk to work.
Oh, wow.
And I was warm. Oh, it was lovely. So once I finish the Aumangea, I'll pull out my Zweig and go on that. Because I need to finish that. Right, okay. I have a month.
Yes.
I have a month. I can do it. And then the Tegna, I think, is going to continue to be my purse project for a little bit. But I was just asked to do a test knit of a cowl by a friend of mine. And I found this yarn that I got at Vogue 2 years ago. It's Feederbrook something or other. And
it's gorgeous.
It is. So the teal would be my main color, and the marl, or in the barber pole.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Would be, yeah. So the barber pole is actually is an alpaca wool silk blend, and the teal is a BFL. So I think it would be lovely, and I didn't know really what I wanted to knit out of it.
Oh my gosh!
So
how
my
much
friend.
Do you have?
260 of the teal and 230 of the contrast.
Okay.
So.
Oh, it's stunning.
I know. So I think it'll be a beautiful cowl. And I think...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think it'll be a beautiful cowl. And since Corrado specifically reached out and was like, hey, please, I figure I will do it. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. So
Oh
this
my
might
gosh.
become my purse project for a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe even my knitting project for a little bit, just because
Wow.
it's DK. And I think
I love the barber pole.
I know, I love it too. I found it with Kim's when we went around one time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's a good thing you found it, because I would have taken it.
yeah, I know. So that's there. And while I was searching for this yarn, because I couldn't figure out where it was, because I forgot, or I didn't read my notes. Why are you being dumb?
Because we're recording.
Of course, there we are. My yarn decided to hide itself under other stuff in my bag. So while I was searching for this yarn, because I couldn't find it, and I knew it had to be either in my Vogue bags, because I have all my yarn that I got at Vogue in certain bags.
Okay.
And then, but I also have bins that I have one that's all bend safe, or two that are, one that's bend safe and one that's sweater quantities that I don't have other colorway, like I don't have other yarn from that company. So,
okay.
I forgot, because I didn't read the details on my stash page, that it has alpaca in it. So the bend box was the last box that I looked in. Yeah, so and I was like, 50%? Where is it? So this is 40, I think. The barber pole, I think, is 40%. So not super boyfriend friendly, but
he won't be wheezing.
He won't be wheezing. So that's good.
That is good.
I mean, it's not super boyfriend friendly because the teal is not alpaca at all. It's just BFL. Yeah. So.
Okay.
I'm really cute.
I guess.
So, but while I was going through those boxes,
what did you find?
I found my Mexican hot chocolate from Voolenvine.
Oh my goodness.
On alpaca.
It's on alpaca?
Uh-huh. 60-20-20 merino alpaca nylon.
Wonderful.
And what I want to knit in is, yes, this book is going to get a lot of use in the near future. I
like a lot of the patterns.
I love
I'm dying to knit that one.
Yeah, it's not that one. I saw it a second ago and now I can't seem to see it. It's...
Well, obviously it's on that page.
It's somewhere. There's a little... It's gonna jump up and hit me. 43.
You did see it jump up and hit her in the head, right?
So this is with the new Cowl neckline. And I think that will look lovely.
I do too.
In the red.
Oh, I think so.
So I'm going to also wind these up.
Okay.
It's for once I finish the Aumangea and the Zweig. Because I'm insane and think that
she can do everything.
Actually, my Zweig is Indian tangled yarn.
Really?
Yes. I got that at Woolen, at the Indian Tangled at Woolen event.
Ah.
Okay, now I don't feel half as bad.
Why?
Because I was like, I don't have an Indian Tangled sweater.
Oh.
Which is why I wanted to knit the Voolenvine as fervently.
Right.
But I can also still knit the Voolenvine because it's just a t-shirt.
And I've never made that oracle that she sent us the pattern for because I don't know how to do brioche.
But now she has the half shawl one.
Yes.
The half circle one.
Mm-hmm. Still with brioche.
Right, but we can look at taking brioche classes at Vogue this year once they release those.
Yes.
They still haven't released that information yet.
Mm-hmm. No, it's kind of early on.
I guess so. I'm just really excited because it's my birthday weekend this coming up year.
We have to see if we don't have to pay for the marketplace. Because we're going to be there selling yarn.
I mean, if we go and do the classes, we get it anyways.
Right. Right. Sorry.
Oi.
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 Oy, you sound like a 90-year-old guy.
I know. But yeah, so, and of course I also want to knit the slide pullover from the Interweave magazine from earlier this year. What the heck happened here?
Very creative.
I know what it is. Okay. It's just a loosey-goosey stitch. It's a loosey-goosey stitch.
We get them sometimes.
We're gonna back it up a second.
I love this. This is just
but
delicious.
What I'm talking about is the slide pullover from Interweave or Knit Scene Summer 18, and I wanted to do it out of that beautiful alpaca that I got at.
Is that mine?
I think that one's mine.
Okay, just checking.
We both have a copy of it, and I don't.
Okay.
No, this one is yours.
This one is
I don't know where mine is.
Okay. Just make sure I get it back.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have
We got all the yarn.
We do. So I have these as my 3 main colors, and then I have to decide between the black and the gray. I'm leaning black. The gray I would have to hold double.
Oh.
Is the only...
That's the problem. Huh?
Yeah. And I'm thinking I want like this one up by my face.
I'm thinking the gray.
And just hold it double?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And if I have to do hem, cuff, and collar?
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Because that gray gives you, I think, a different color saturation.
And I think, I love having this little buffer to put them there so that we could discuss. So I think that the pink should go where the red is. There's a little creature.
Go get a... She's going to get a Kleenex.
That was by my face.
Well, come here.
I'm coming. It is not an anti-wool creature. It is just a creature.
Good. Now it's in my fabric here.
I thought I just saw you get him. You got him.
I got him.
He's a spider.
Here. You can throw him out. She doesn't like spiders.
It was not a moth or a mite. It was a spider.
It was a spider.
So, just for anyone watching, that was not a...
Spider.
That was a spider. So I think the pink should go where the red is. I think the blue or the purple go where the tan is, and then the green go where the blue is. I think I like that. And the gray goes where the green goes.
That's right. So I think that'll be good.
So, a bigger photo of what we're talking about. So the pink will go here. The blue, purple, the blurple will go where the tan is. And the teal will go where the blue is, and then the gray will be the intermediary stripes, and if necessary, the black will be the collar, and the cuffs, and the hem, if necessary. So, I kind of really want to swatch that soon, because I want to knit this feelings, like, big.
Like now.
Yeah. Big, I want to knit this feelings. So. I am investigating on making sure there are no more live things.
Well, how would you tell? It's dark in there.
No, there are no more live things.
Okay. I don't know where that came from.
I don't know either.
Oh, I lost my shoe in all this.
Oh. In all the excitement.
In all the excitement, I took my shoe off thinking I'd have to bean him one.
I appreciate that.
But I thought he might go flying.
Yes. Or go smooshed into the yarn more.
Yes.
Which would not be
optimal. No.
Okay. So, now that we've determined what colors I'm going to use, I can...
Cast that one on.
Well, I'm going to swatch because...
What about that Zweig?
That Zweig is on... is currently in timeout.
Why did it misbehave?
It's fingering, and we're on the sleeves. And I have long arms.
Yes, you do.
Is how I feel about Sleeve Island. Because it's where I reside most often.
Yes.
With sweaters. But yes, that's what I've been thinking about. But I think I want to get through the lace portion of the Tegna, and then I can put that aside. Because I'll feel more comfortable with just being able to pick that back up in the stockinette section. Especially if we have any unexpected travels, I can, it's a pretty easy thing to pick up and go. So that's my thought. But I have a lot of things that I want to knit by the end of this year. And we'll see how many Ooh Shiny or test knit things come in the way. The other thing is the fact that a friend of mine is getting married in 3 weeks. 3 weeks!
Ooh.
Felix.
Yes.
Well, they got married. They're having their celebration.
Celebration, right.
Yes. So I am trying to determine whether I should knit them a blanket and it can be sent to them later. I can send it to them later. Or if I want to, cross stitch them, like a New York skyline kind of thing. There's 2 patterns that I'm kind of looking at, with maybe their initials and kind of like a wedding sampler, but more modern, if that makes sense. Not that I think that those living in Hawaii would not appreciate a blanket. I just also feel like they're more. I think they would appreciate a blanket. I think when they decide to have kids is when I really shouldn't have said blanket. I think the cross stitch would be really pretty. Yeah, so do I.
You do good cross stitch.
Thank you. I try really hard. So I might noodle around with that.
Oh, did the person who was getting your...
She did! She loved it!
They were goldfish.
They were goldfish.
They were really pretty.
Because, the theme for this swap, which I should be getting my box this coming up week, hopefully. Yes. Apparently it is nearby, and it is going to be delivered soon. I have not been given the tracking information for it, but our swap mod did post, for those of us who hadn't received our packages yet, the general, tracking kind of update. So I should be getting it soon. But the theme was 7 degrees of separation. So she gave me the 2 ends, which was carnival and science, and I picked chemistry.
Okay.
And so carnival, we started at the beginning, the bad beginning, and we're going to start at the beginning, the bad beginning, at a carnival, hopefully not carnivorous. Because the bad beginning is the first book in the Lemony Snicket series, which also is a colorway by Nerd Girl Yarns. The Carnivorous Carnival is also a book in the series of Unfortunate Events. So that's how I tied it to Carnival. Then while at a carnival, you play games. I bought her a game. When you play games, you win games, and you win goldfish. So I cross-stitched her goldfish.
Oh, that's a riot.
I know. And then goldfish goldfish go to West Wing because CJ had a goldfish in the West Wing.
I didn't know that. How'd you find this out? You just knew
the
this?
Internet and friends and West Wing.
How do you look these things up?
Brittany gave me that clue. But I also remembered that there was a goldfish on West Wing.
I didn't remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
So, then West Wing had tea. Then we had... And then from West Wing, there was a day that they created that was Big Block of Cheese Day. So I gave her little stitch markers that are cheeses.
Oh, sweet.
And then cheeses round, buttons are round, circles are, so I gave her some buttons, like 3 different sets of buttons that I found at at one of the shops in the garment district, because I worked in the garment district. And then buttons are round. Circle is a circle is a perfect form in chemistry. I'm etched the elemental symbols onto 6 coasters for her and her family to use.
What elemental symbols?
I don't remember, so I have to look at the photo.
Good idea. So that's where you put some kind of etching fluid on it?
Sticker, yeah, I put stickers and glitter glue on these glass coasters, and then I put the etching cream on top of it. Mm-hmm. And if you put the faucet on hot and you stick this under it, and glitter glue will just come right off, even if it's dried for a day.
Really?
Oh, it was great. I was so proud of myself that this idea worked. I was so proud of myself. So it was arsenic, chromium, I think KR, krypton,
molybdenum.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Xenon, mercury, and bismuth.
And why did you pick those?
Because I asked her top 10 favorite elements.
I don't know that I would have a favorite element. Do you have a favorite element?
Polonium or radium?
Oh, Marie Curie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm predictable in any way at all.
No.
So that went over really well. She really liked them. She was so cute. She goes, usually we don't use coasters on the table, but we did.
Using these.
I was like, that was really great.
Very nice.
So that was really appreciated, and I really was glad that she liked them. So that went well.
So what was the thing you first started with? I mean, what got you started? There must be a theme for this thing that doesn't go coasters, circles. That's just you.
She gave me the 2 ends, and we had to connect them in 7 steps.
I see. Okay.
So step one was carnival. Step 7 was science, and I picked chemistry.
Okay.
Because she was like biology or chemistry, and I know she has a chemistry themed kitchen.
Okay.
Because she's posted about it before.
Okay.
So I had to fill in 2 through 6.
Got it. Okay.
So I knit the objects out of Bad Beginning. I gave her the game. I made the goldfish. I got the tea. Stitch markers. I did stitch markers for 5. Sorry, 5. 6 was buttons, and 7 was the coasters.
Good.
Yeah. So, it worked.
Wow. Quite an imagination. Sounds excellent.
It's been a really great swap. The packages that people have put together have been really, really creative.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's that. I'm trying to think what else. Oh!
What?
So, I was doing some light cleaning, and I found
the pattern
I have been looking for years.
At least 2 years.
At least 2 years. So, I think we have to take a look at this with a bit more detail, but I think it might be I think the fabric we have might be too heavy.
It might be. Yes,
because it says...
Yes, I think it might be.
Cottons and blends, broadcloth, poplin, cotton crepe, gingham, seersucker, texture cottons, corduroy, linen, silk, synthetics, silk linen, wools and blends, double knits, wool jersey, wool crepe, worsted flannel. And mine's like
wool.
Heavy wool, mohair.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
I think maybe I make this in something else. But it's so pretty.
I'm glad you found it.
I am too. And also because I think this is more of a dress than a coat.
Hard to say.
I mean, it's called a one-piece coat dress.
I might bar it for a raincoat.
I just need to find big polka dots.
For that light blue.
Your taffeta?
Silk. Yeah, taffeta that I've got downstairs.
I need to find something with... there's going to be an episode of Miss Fisher. We've been watching Miss Fisher.
Yes.
Where she's got this great polka dotted coat.
Really?
And I want a raincoat that's like that polka dots.
Very nice.
I need to find some big polka dot fabric for that. Oh, that's brilliant, mother.
Happy to help.
Brilliant.
Happy to help out.
We're going to have to do some adjustment because...
Yes, well...
That's okay.
You know, that's also true in knitting. You have a pattern.
Yeah.
You might have yarn that's a little heavier, a little lighter. You've got to do a little math, a little knitting math. That happens all the time.
Because this is a pattern from...
1950.
Something like that. Yeah, it's...
So, yes, there'll be some pattern magic that goes on.
So, this is when patterns were only sold in one size.
That's right.
So...
Most of my young life, it was like that.
Yeah, so, it is not the largest, but the second largest, so it should be pretty easy to figure out, you know, where to make things larger or smaller, to make it fit for us. But sometimes you just have to buy the pattern when you see it, because it's just too good. Just too good.
Pretty.
Yeah. I figured I'd bring it over and put it in our vintage patterns box, so that I would not lose it in my own apartment again.
That's a good idea. Very good idea.
Because it's just not worth it.
No.
For me to take it home and then be like, where did I put this?
What did I do with it?
Yep. So we're going to put it in the vintage patterns box.
Yes. Well, all right. You remember a couple weeks ago when I was going nuts over these coilless pins?
Yes.
Well, I now have gotten something like 500 of them downstairs for
Good.
like $8. So I am swimming in coilless pins, and I'm very happy with that. I'm working on my heel, on my second sock, so we will get that pattern done. And then the other thing, remember this pattern that I got from Alexandria? And it says, rayon chalet, wool chalet, and silk chemise. Well, I didn't think silk chemise was quite my deal for school. So I went looking on the internet, and I found on Etsy
this wool chalet.
This wool chalet, and this is exactly what I was looking for. I am thrilled. It is about 60 inches wide. Let's see. Oh, I don't see the yardage on here.
I see it. I know where it is.
Yes, well, anyway. I think we have plenty of yards. It says 4.5. This one says 5. I have 4, but this is wider. Ah, look at this. 3 3/4.
Ah, look at that.
4 yards for that, and when it's 60 inches wide. Excellent. So we have enough. The woman who had it for sale on Etsy messaged me because she originally said she had 5 yards. And then she messaged me to say that she didn't have it. Would 4 yards do? And I said, you know, honestly, I can always make the dress a little shorter. I can do something. I once had pieces left over and I needed to make a sleeve. So I seamed the pieces together, all in almost like a patchwork quilt type of array, and then cut the sleeve out using that. So
sleeves plural, I'm hoping, so that they matched.
I don't really remember.
Oh dear.
All I remember is that I at least got my sleeve in. So yes, it was an outfit that had 2 sleeves.
Yes.
And now I finished it and it had sleeves, and it was a paisley. So I think even if I didn't, you couldn't see it.
Okay.
Because it was hidden by the pattern. And something I made in college, so you know what? My sewing ideas were a little crazy back then.
Yes. Yes.
So I've gotten this, and I'm really, really very happy with this. And so this will be made up after Rhinebeck, because I'm going to be making all those little coaster cozies, not cozies, glass cozies, from now until Rhinebeck.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And working on the front part of my dress. So by the end of October, I'm supposed to have the front done. So hopefully I will.
Hopefully
I will. And then the end of November, I'm supposed to have the other 2 pairs of socks done.
Mm-hmm.
And the sleeves and the dress all put together. So it's possible. It may be possible. We'll see. So anything else going on, my dear?
I'm looking up to see if I got a shipping notification for something I bought slightly on impulse.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
What is it?
It's a cardigan.
Oh, did I tell you that I ended up with a hole in my sleeve in my little Travel Smith navy blue sweater in this sleeve? And it's probably out in the newel post. I don't know why there's a hole in it.
Maybe the newel post?
I don't know. It could have gotten caught in the zipper in the suitcase. But it's definitely, like a dime out of my elbow. And so I ordered a new navy blue cardigan from Blue Fly, which should be coming this week, next week type of thing. Really put out about that navy blue sweater. And of course I have navy blue, but I've got all these other things that need to be done. So I couldn't sit there and go, I can make that in a week, because I can't make that in a week. And I love wearing sweaters. It's, it helps for layering a great deal. And so it works out very well, but not, I wore it yesterday, which is when I found out I had a hole in my elbow. So somewhat disappointed, but this too shall pass.
So she doesn't seem to have it on any of her social media, because it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Ooh.
It's by the same woman who did the cardigan, the Ravenclaw cardigan. Mm-hmm. So L. Hoffer design. And I can't find a really good photo because it's not up on the... Oh, wait, it might be up on the website, though. So she does a daily special.
Oh.
Of either a discontinued or a exclusive design that is no longer available. And she calls it her, what does she call it? Her, Star Puff something or other. Star Puff special or something. And, I was like, oh, let me take a look, because I got this email and it sounded very interesting. I got the email, and I usually go and check it out when I see the email. Why not? And so, oh no, it's not that.
Frustration.
I wonder if you can see the old ones. I don't know. Let me see.
I think I lost the thread of this conversation. What is it a design of?
I haven't told you yet.
Oh, okay.
It's a cardigan, and I'm trying
that part I got.
I know, and I'm trying to pull it up. So you get a very tiny photo. I'm not going to show you because it also has my credit card information on it.
Oh, well, that's incredible.
Do you know what So I really don't. I really want to wear it and show you all, but I'm going to tell you because I'm really excited. It's a blue cardigan with a yellow X on the front and on the back that meets at the shoulders. I feel like I'm going to be a 90s comic book character.
You will.
Because it's an X-Men cardigan, y'all. It's an X-Men cardigan. I couldn't help myself.
And
I had...
And this was the daily special.
Yes. So it was... I think $10 less than usual. Okay. And she ships from LA, so shipping's like $10 or $12.
Okay, so it saved the shipping.
It saved the shipping, essentially. And I love a lot of her stuff, and I haven't bought anything from her directly because nothing has everything's of very good quality, but because she's so small sourced, and she is all American made, her prices are quite high. But it's amazing quality.
Okay.
So
we all know about handmade goods and good quality.
Yeah.
That's why we do this stuff.
So it's not handmade, it is factory made, but it is small production lots.
Okay.
And the fact that it was like 90s X-Men uniform, and if you don't know me, I am a huge X-Men nerd.
She's all over this.
Huge X-Men nerd. I'm so excited about this cardigan.
I can see that.
So excited about this cardigan. I opened up the email earlier, like early-ish on Thursday, and I had it open in one of my screens on my computer at work, and I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
But I want it.
I don't need it. And then I was like, no, screw it. It makes me happy. And like, I bought it, and then I showed it to a coworker, Catherine, and I was like, hey, what do you think? And she goes, that's adorable. And I was like,
so glad you think so.
And then I bought it, and I was like, I bought it. And she was like, see, it gave you so much joy. I was like, I know. So I'm really excited about it. Also, because I'm totally going to wear it on Halloween to work.
Oh, good.
Because I can.
That's right. Perfect for Halloween.
It is, and it's perfect
Halloween's
for any other
Wednesday
time.
this year.
I know.
I'm teaching.
You get to
that
work.
day. I get to teach. I'm going to be Professor McGonagall.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
But I'm so excited about this cardigan. Like, I texted Ben. I was like, Ben, I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. And he's like,
what did you do?
No, I sent him a photo of it. Oh, I might have the photo saved.
I'm glad we kept talking about it.
There.
Oh,
Isn't it phenomenal?
It is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. Oh, wow. As the colors get totally out of whack. There. But yeah, it's phenomenal. I'm so excited. And the back also has it on it, so it's not just the front. I don't think I would have gotten it if it had just been
the front. Because it wouldn't have carried through.
Exactly. And that would have felt a little much.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wear it with like my black flowy pants or with just jeans,
mm-hmm.
I'm so excited about this cardigan. I'm so excited, guys. I know we all get excited over yarn. This cardigan is like so exciting.
The bomb.
It's exciting. I'm so excited. Also because it's retro 90s X-Men, and it makes my nerd heart happy.
She just floats her boat.
Super floats my boat. So that was something that was super, super happy that I wanted to share. And I was checking to see when I was going to get it, which is why I was checking my email, because I was trying to see if I had gotten a shipping notification. It doesn't look like it, but I bought it on Thursday, so even if it's 2-day shipping, I probably, I might see something tomorrow or something. Because she works out of her house. I know she ships out of, her new studio that they just built
mm-hmm.
where her garage was.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know she's pregnant, more than 20-something weeks. So
she could be tired. And
I don't know what their, schedule is with if
I'm
they
sure
have any
you'll
more
get
holidays. I know, and I'm so excited. And
by
I'm
the way,
pretty sure I'm going to get it before Halloween.
We're not going to be able to podcast next Sunday because I'm going to be in Minneapolis.
Yes.
I'm going to try not going to Stephen B.
Oh, good.
Because I went there 3 years ago,
yes.
and I still have the yarn.
Yep.
Hanging all over the place. I mean, that's one, and there's several here that I got from Stephen B. And some three Irish girls I can see over there. I mean, stuff that I'll definitely use, but I haven't used it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Stephen B. If I needed something, I would immediately go over. They're so helpful, and they have so much. And if I was staying over till Monday, I'd go.
Christy just posted a video with him.
She did.
The studio.
On Sunday, they do spinning upstairs. And so if I was staying over till Monday, I would go to the spinning session and just have a ball, but I'm flying out on Sunday.
Yep.
And I've already had one instance when the plane left earlier than they had posted. I really don't want to miss my plane.
No.
So I'm going to get myself over to the airport, but Stephen B. is there, and if anybody's in Minneapolis, believe me, I love Stephen B. He's fantastic.
It really is.
And just
a love.
Just a love, just amazing. I had lost my sewing whatnot bag or notions bag on the flight out, getting to Minneapolis the last time. And I was heartbroken because I had brought, various projects, and you never know when you need another stitch marker or a change of needles or something. And so I got myself over to his building, and it's great. It's like so exciting to go and explore. And when I told them that I had to recreate a new notions bag, he himself was taking me all around the store and, offering me, a cup of tea, and he's wonderful. So, but I spent another arm and a leg, and you can see that another ball of yarn is not something I'm desperate for. Not that I'm on a yarn diet. I wouldn't say that.
But we are currently trying to knit down.
Well, actually use some of this lovely stuff that I bought and needs to be transformed into something. So I'm going to try not to go, but you just never know when the siren call is heard, and I'm going to find myself over at Stephen B. But I'll be flying back on Sunday late. I don't get into Kennedy until about midnight. So we will not be podcasting next Sunday. Yeah. We're going to try for Monday, but we'll have to see.
Yeah,
it really depends on work and whatever else is going on. So just giving you a heads up that we may end up having to skip a week because of my conference in Minneapolis. It is a teaching conference, and my co-author and I have a paper on ethics and how working with daily type of decision situations can really help somebody become more aware of their ethical fiber, their ethical compass. And so that's what we're going to be presenting. So it's a great group. I love this group. But I'm going to be out of town. So somebody else was telling me, well, you can go to Mall of America and you can just Uber it over there and Uber it back to the airport. That'd be easy to do. So I don't know. I'm going to have to see.
Apparently you can get a bunch of Pokemon over at Mall of America.
Oh, I bet. But I could just see me getting hung up on getting Pokemon or whatever and miss my flight.
Yeah.
But I think I fly out at 8 o'clock. So
I think that's what you said last week.
I think that, and the conference ends at 2.
Okay.
1, maybe 1. So I could, leave my suitcase at the hotel and then go over and then come back to the hotel and then go to the airport, perhaps.
It's up to you. It depends on how you feel after the conference.
I don't want to be dragging my suitcase around.
Right, but you also don't know if you're going to have enough energy and such.
See.
Yeah.
That's true. We'll see. But it's a good group. Can't wait. That'll be next weekend. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's time to weave in our ends.
And I think I have a few ends to weave in. So
on those koozies?
On my koozies, yes. All those great koozies, which are actually trial socks. Someone asked me today at church, we had a coffee hour that was involved discussing how we see ourselves as a church, and I was working on casting off one. He goes, so is that the right size? I said, well,
Was it John?
Yes.
Was it John? I love John.
So I said, well, it's the right circumference, but not the right length. It doesn't grow enormously to fit my foot, but it's the right circumference so that people can learn an afterthought heel that is their size. And it says, oh, okay, I was kind of worried about that.
I do love how we pulled out our knitting and we were just knitting throughout the entire discussion and no one questioned it.
No
This is what I love. This is what I love about our people.
It was, Well, I wasn't doing it through the whole thing because I was casting off and I had to look at what I was doing. I could have been working on the front of my dress because I have cast it on. And that's just knitting and purling.
I was knitting the Tegna while we were.
Were you?
Oh, yes, I was.
Wow.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yes, I was. Yeah,
Very impressive.
I probably should have taken more notes, but they were our facilitators of our small group were taking copious notes. So I did not feel the need.
No, I mean I took the notes for when I was interviewing my person.
Yeah, I mean I had you know who I had, so I mean like that interview was not over like
right. That was a special case. So anyway, we had a really good time. If anybody's at our church and wonders, we had a good time.
We did,
and it was very useful. So
sorry,
glad we did.
For those of you who don't know, our church is going to start looking for a new rector. So this was the first step in that process, just so that we're not super vague.
Right.
It's not like, something major happened and we're now debriefing it. No, we're just starting the process of looking for a new rector.
Right. And so part of that process is defining who you are as a church.
Yep.
Yes.
So I think it's time to weave in our ends.
And we thank you very much for stopping by.
Yes.
You can see that we've been knitting through this whole thing.
Yes. As per usual.
Yes.
So hopefully we will see you at some point next week, and if not, definitely the week after.
Absolutely.
And if you're interested in that class for
Knit.
Cheryl at Knit, please contact Cheryl.
Right.
There's a Facebook, Facebook group as well, or maybe not group, but a page, as well as a Ravelry group, and store information on Ravelry for Knit in Roslyn. Also, they are on Google.
Yes.
So please get in touch with Cheryl if you have not already and you would like to be a part of that class. It will be Sunday the 30th, 1 o'clock?
I don't really know what time.
Something like that. So we hope to see you again soon.
That's right. You can have your own little cozy.
Oh my goodness.
We'll
so lucky.
see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.